Let's slay some vampires!
Very romantic. Oh, it's not romantic. Yeah, but why are they? She knows she shouldn't be.
Right in the heart.
Satisfied? Actually, I do have a date. Older man. Very handsome.
Giles.
Likes it when I call him daddy.
Ew. Never mind, not Giles.
It is your father, right?
He's taking me to the ice show. It should be big fun. I could use a little fun. Breath mints?
Charm bags, money spells. Try to concentrate.
I'll kill you for that.
For that? What were you trying to kill me for before? Okay, so here's the deal. Giles, something's wrong.
Wrong? Ah. Perhaps you shouldn't do that anymore.
No, not sick. I can't get sick. My dad's coming to take me to the ice show. We do it every year for my birthday. If I cancel, it's gonna break his heart.
A show performed on ice. And how old are we again?
I went to Snoopy on Ice when I was little. My dad took me backstage and I got so scared I threw up on Woodstock. Look, I know you guys think it's just a big dumb girly thing, but it's not.
They're from your father. His quarterly projections are unraveling and he can't afford to take off right now. If you want, I could ask somebody to cover for me at the gallery. I mean, if you want me to take him.
Once you finish, you and Blair can get some rest. But sleep in shifts. Getting very close.
Yes, but Buffy, I think we should concentrate now.
Aww.
And look for the floor at its center.
Oh, sorry, did I zone out on you? I'm nursing that flu bug.
You're supposed to take care of that.
You made me look like some kind of dork in front of my posse. Posse?
First of all, posse, passe.
What circumstances?
Rebound. Look it up.
Hey, I'm not through here.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Started it.
Take him out,
Are
Corey.
you okay? I have no strength. I have no coordination. I throw knives like
A girl?
I'm not the Slayer.
We'll get to the bottom of whatever's causing this.
Alec, your pills. Open your mouth.
If I don't get my powers back, then I don't. I'll deal. And there's a whole lot of good sides to it. Actually, this could open up so many. Did you find anything?
No, not yet.
Why would you leave it open? Fool.
Don't get near the
Open
light.
your eyes.
So what if I have lost my power?
If you lived a long time without it, you can do it again.
What if I just hide under my bed all scared and helpless? Or what if I just become pathetic? Hanging out at the old Slayer's home, talking people's ears off about my glory days. Showing them Mr. Pointy the stake I had bronze.
I mean, that's already weird, Buffy. Let's just be honest.
Don't be so sure.
I saw you before you became the Slayer.
What?
I watched you. And I saw you called. It was a bright afternoon out in front of your school, and I loved you.
Why?
It's my favorite moment in this
See your
episode.
heart. You held it before you for everyone to see. And I worried that it would be bruised or torn. And more than anything in my life, I wanted to keep it safe. To warm it with my own.
Do you think it's
It's
cheddar?
beautiful. Or taken literally incredibly gross.
I was just thinking that too.
Yes.
Quentin?
you know it had to have been bad to get Giles to do this.
Yeah.
And almost throw up.
Yeah.
So he's seen all kinds of horror in his life. So what he just witnessed there was
super bad.
Super bad.
Hey, sweet girl. How much for a lap dance for me and my buddy?
Yeah.
You know, I wish I could, but my mind just isn't what it used to be. Say please!
Help me! Somebody, please! Help me!
That's our...
It's an organic compound of muscle relaxants and adrenal suppressors. It's a test, Buffy. It's given to the Slayer once if she reaches her 18th birthday. The Slayer is disabled and then entrapped with a vampire foe whom she must defeat in order to pass the test. The vampire you were to face has escaped.
All this time you saw what it was doing to me.
In matters of tradition and protocol, I must answer to the council.
How could you do this to me?
I am deeply sorry, Buffy, and you have to understand.
If you touch me, I'll kill you.
What's going on? Oh God, is the world ending? I have to research a paper on Bosnia for tomorrow, but if the world's ending, I'm not gonna bother.
You can't walk home alone, Buffy. It isn't safe.
I don't know you.
No,
Mother.
Where? This is a wall. Welcome to the Winchester house.
Cross-reference to another show. I mean, ultimately, he's against the whole thing. You like the beat?
I like the hair flip.
Why did you come to the dark of the woods?
Better remember you guys
To
get
bring
on.
all these sweets to Grandmother's house. Oh, no, just a little lower, right there. Oh, yes. Oh. Thank you very much.
That was a weird moment. Oh! Reminds me of that knife game. Oof, oof, oof. Psychological trauma. Psychological trauma.
Stray from the path, you will lose your way.
Thank goodness for the convenience factor of pills.
Yeah.
Where are they? Understand your place in all
It's
of
very
this.
Deus Machina.
Do you have any idea? Oh
She
my.
ate poison.
What have you...
Maybe there's some clippers around.
Council is very pleased.
Do I get a gold star?
I understand that you're upset.
You understand nothing.
You know nothing.
You set that monster loose and he came after my mother.
You think the test was unfair.
I think you better leave town before I get my strength back.
Ooh.
She passed.
Yeah.
You didn't. I've recommended to the council, and they've agreed that you be relieved of your duties as watcher immediately.
No.
It would be best if you had no further contact with the Slayer.
I'm not going anywhere.
It's not gonna stand.
No, well, I didn't expect you would adhere to that. Are we clear?
We're very clear.
Do you mean fired?
You're not cruising past that concept anytime soon, are you?
Well, it's just, he's been fired. The important thing is that I kept up my special birthday tradition of gut-wrenching misery and horror.
Bright side to everything.
Just feel better when I get my strength back.
Give you a hand with that, little lady?
You're loving this far too much.
Admit it, sometimes you just need a big, strong man. Oh, Will, give me a hand with that.
I like this episode. I actually really like seeing Buffy whenever she doesn't have her superpowers, because I'm constantly like, why aren't you just using your Hulk-like strength, like right now, all the time, to get out of every situation? But it is really neat to see the dynamic of whenever she is comparing Giles unintentionally to her father, that she has her father let her down at the beginning of this episode, and so she replaces it with Giles, and Giles lets her down, and so now she has no father figure. And so that was a really cool moment to see, just like, oh, it's interesting to see Buffy have to go through that emotional destruction as well as physical destruction.
Fairy tales are real, and in a sense, this is like we're getting to see that, because this is based on, loosely, the fairy tale of Little Red Riding Hood. Kind of works in his favor, and I kind of like about it, but also it's one of my least favorite episodes because of this reason. I hate it because the whole thing is about victimizing women. But at the same time, I think it's one of those moments where you have to go, that's why they're doing all of this. The council is basically the metaphorical representation of the patriarchy. They all like decide for you what they're going to do. I think I hate it because it's like saying that women aren't strong alone, and we're going to just make her a girl, and that means that she's fragile. I also hate this whole like distance between Giles and Buffy. I mean, it's strong and it's good to have these moments in storytelling, but for me, I hate this episode because while I think it's great to show these things, I also think unintentionally has a negative message under there a little bit. I think they're also drawing attention to sexism in this episode, but there's so much of it that almost gives the impression that without her special powers, she is just a helpless little girl. Me personally, it's one of my least favorite episodes of the whole series.
I do agree that it is a very sexist episode.
Yeah.
However, being a woman that watches it for the first time, I was more hung up on the relationship between her and her dad and everything like that.
Sure.
But I do see the moments you're talking about. Like, for instance, when Giles says, you throw like a girl.
Yeah, that's a big one.
There's the whole like lap dance comment that she just has to brush off. There is the whole...
Yeah, and that's why I have a love-hate relationship with this episode.
But being the woman that deals with this all the time, it's one of those things that you acknowledge, and you either have to make a choice of like confronting it or brushing it off. But since it was a television show from the 90s, I chose to brush it off because I'm like, there's nothing I can do in this situation to be like, boy, say that to my face. Buffy's gonna slap at you no matter what, if she has powers or not. But being that 90s show, I was just like, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. It's 90s. That shouldn't be the case. That I agree, where in the fact of...
And the mere fact that it was done in the 90s, I think it makes me like it even more, because it's like, I mean, it's embarrassing, but it's true. That's impressive for the 90s, which is sad, but...
Yeah. Which, there's a lot in this show. There's a lot of sexism in this show, and I admit to that. But that's a lot of the 90s show, and that's not an excuse per se as something that is just a fact of that happens. And it's unfortunate, it really is. And this is one of the episodes that highlights that.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the strength of the episode, is it highlights it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And it does show that you can still do something even though you don't have the powers. But as I said...
But, I mean... And again, working in its favor, I mean, she obviously was smart enough to know to put that in there. And of course, I love the way it ends, where it's like, here, let me help you with that. And then he's like...
We all have our weak moments.
But I love that Xander's just like, I'm going to be this strong guy.
You are enough. No matter what you are, no matter who you are, it's just you are enough as you are. And that's what this show needs to highlight more of, without making it feel like we're bashing a gender. Hey, that's another great episode of We Watch Whedon.
And we done watched it. Are you a chosen one? Stake that like button, subscribe to the channel, and dust that bell to be notified of future episodes.
Become a Scooby at patreon.com/fantheorytv for exclusive and early access to full-length reactions, unaired and unblocked episodes, and so much more.
You know, you put the grr in girl.
Grrrg.